If you've been struggling to get your head around the concept of threading, then this is the perfect video for you because I'm going to break it down with a simple analogy that you can use and be able to comprehend threading in super simple terms. You can then take that analogy and apply it to coding and speed up your programs or use it however you want to benefit you. So here is the analogy. The analogy is that you need to go and create some popcorn and some food before going to the cinema, but you also need to go and you need to print a ticket. So you need to go there and you need to put some paper in the ticket printer. So imagine there's no service, okay? No one there to serve you popcorn. It's a complete self-serve cinema. You go in, you put your booking reference number in and you put some paper in and it prints out the ticket for you. And both tasks require you to be there. In that instance, it would be really hard for you to do that because you'd have to do one task, you'd have to go create popcorn, and then you'd have to go and print the tickets. Let's imagine that for that cinema, you're actually on a date, okay? And so you can go and you can create the popcorn, and your date can go and they can print off the tickets. This is what threading is. Some people coin the term spinning up a new thread. So a new thread will go and do that work of printing the ticket, and the first thread can do the popcorn. So it's a super simple analogy. So let's look at some code. So let's imagine we have a function. So let's first just import time, and we'll import, let's say, from concurrent of futures, import thread ball executor. So this is the sort of threading servers that you have in Python. You don't have to worry about this, but Python's a little bit complex. It doesn't truly have threading. It has something called multiprocessing. But just for the sake of this tutorial, this is going to give it to you in super simple terms, and you can then apply it to, whatever programming language it is that you use. So if we create a function and we're going to call it create popcorn. And in this, we're going to say for I in range, just try and do a million. Is that a million? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, say for I in range a million, we're going to say I times I. Okay. And all this is going to do, if we say, we'll just say print creating popcorn. And then we'll print popcorn created. So we know that this is computation heavy. You are actually doing the work. The computer has to loop. Okay, it is doing the work, the computer itself. This isn't like an API request where you make a request for data and then you're waiting. That is a different concept, and that's for async await. For threads, this is when the computer is doing the work. So you're doing something and you're doing two things at once and you want to spin up a new thread. So here we're going to say print a new function called print tickets, okay? And in print tickets, we just do the same thing. We'll say it's tickets printed. We'll knock off 1 0, see if we can try and get closer to that 7 and 4 seconds. Now, if we were to go here and we were set to say, so let's say start time equals time. And then we're going to say create popcorn. And then we're going to say print tickets. And we're going to say end time is this. And I'm going to print the total time. And if we run this now, what the program will do is it will create the popcorn first, and then it will go and print the tickets, and then it will tell us the total time taken to do those tasks one after another. Okay, so it's similar to being in the cinema. You go, you create a popcorn yourself. You then write out the ticket yourself. You don't have a date there with you. Okay, it's just taking strangely long. It just shows how slow Python really is. Okay, wow, that took a total of 32 seconds. Okay, so now, if we were to use threads, so we spin up a new thread, we could do something a little bit more clever. Okay, so we can say with thread pool executor as executor, we can say executor.submit, create popcorn, and then do the same thing for print tickets. Okay, now what this will do is it will, for this one, it creates a thread. For here, it creates a new thread. So this should, in theory, make it a lot faster. So if we run this again, and again, don't forget that Python's a little bit strange, so this won't be as significant as you think of a difference. There still will be a difference. This concept still applies to all programming languages. So you can take this concept And we live in the world of AI now. So, for this code here, you can say, what is the Java equivalent of this code? Or what is the JavaScript equivalent of this code? Okay, so 29 seconds. So only marginal there, but you get the point of you're speeding up tasks by spinning up new threads. And if you ever get confused and worried about it, you can just go back to the analogy of your date. Okay, you're with your date. She goes to get the tickets or create the tickets. You go and create or serve the popcorn.